My name is Christina Warren, and I will be your instructor for this training session. Learners, will you please show your face? So the purpose for the training session today is to teach you all how to properly use a laminator machine. I first want to ask, have either of you used a laminator for professional reasons or personal reasons? Okay, so one learner says yes, one learner says no. So some may wonder, why do you even need a laminator? So laminators are used for any kind of forms, documents, paperwork that you deem is important. So if on your job or in your school you had a document that you felt was important, needed a durability, wanted it to last for a few years, you would laminate. In your personal life, you may say your birth certificate, your social security card, something like that. You want to have a long life durability from water damage, rips, tears, any kind of breaking, spills, things of that nature. You may want to laminate that piece of paperwork or document for that extra layer of protection. I will say for me personally, I've used the laminator in both my professional life and in my personal life. And I find it to be a good, thing to invest in, honestly. So what I'm going to do for you guys today is I'm going to show you how to laminate a document. So what I have here is just a general laminator. I have a laminating, they call them laminating pouches or a laminating sheet. And here I just have a sample document that we're going to laminate. It's a picture, but we'll just use it for today's demonstration. So the first thing you're going to do, and I will quickly say that while I feel like all learners can learn this skill about how to use a laminator, I would not recommend younger learners to use it independently. I would recommend them to have close adult supervision because, you do need an outlet for the laminator, and it gets pretty warm once it's, heated up and ready for usage. So if it's younger learners, they definitely need adult supervision. So the first thing you're going to do before laminating your document is you're going to make sure that your laminator is plugged up into a working outlet. So over here, I already have plugged up the laminator into a working outlet. The next thing you're going to do, most laminators operate the same. They're not really that much different, even with maybe a couple of different features. So you're going to locate the power button, which our power button is right here. I've already turned it on. The laminator will heat up, and when it's ready to be used, you will see it. This laminator has a blue light. It may be a different color light, but it'll be something to let you know that it's ready to go. That light indicates that the laminator is heated up and is ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our document and we're going to put it in the laminating pouch. You will notice that with the laminating pouch, one end, the slit is open, and on the other end, it's already sealed. So you're just going to slide that document in. And the thing I like about laminating pouches is that it's no top side, bottom side, or front side or back side to the pouch. You can just slip in that document, just like so. You want to kind of make sure that it's pushed back as close as you can get it to the end that is sealed already, making sure that it's completely covered. Okay, so once it's completely covered, it is ready to be put into the laminator machine. What you're going to do is take the sealed side, and that is going to be the side that goes into the laminator machine first. So we're just going to place it right here on the back of the tray. And you really don't even have to do anything after this. It guides itself through the machine. I do want to ask, could either of you think of a reason why you would need to use a laminator in your personal life? What are some documents or forms that you have in your personal life that you would want to laminate?
You mentioned insurance papers. I would agree with insurance papers, birth certificate, and I'm even thinking in my work, I have a lot of documents that are used quite often, actually. Eligibility forms, guidelines, information that we generally use when we are processing new clients in different programs.
Mm-hmm.
So those forms are used again and again. And I find that it will reduce a lot of time and paperwork.
Yeah.
You know, right now I'm making several copies,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I can decrease the paper and the time
By laminating.
by laminating.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That sounds good. Very true. So our picture now is laminated, and again, it's no right or wrong thing to laminate. It's whatever you find is important. A student did this picture for me a few years ago, something I want to hold on to. So I laminated it to give it that extra durability to protect it from water damage, any kind of rips and tears. So we've removed the the laminating sheet or completed laminated sheet from the machine. And usually the pouches will have maybe excess paper around it or whatever material. Once it's cooled down, you can just take your scissors and kind of clean it up around the edges. So that we have that. Does anybody have any questions so far? No?
I do have one question. I was wondering if there's a limit to the number of pages that can go in.
That's a very good question. I would say yes. Because if a laminator, whatever you're laminating, if it's not put in the machine correctly, it can jam just with one. So it's not like maybe if you're making copies of something, you say you can run multiple copies through at a time. I would suggest that you only laminate one sheet at a time.
I will say I think based on the laminator that you do get, you are able to put one sheet on top and then face the other one backwards to it, and you are able to laminate two at one time.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for sharing.
I've
that.
actually
That's
done that
something I did
before
not
at a previous job.
know. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. It's something that I learned too. I've never tried using to laminate two sheets at one time. So thank you for sharing that information. So after you have finished laminating the documents or forms of your choice, you can put down the tray, which all laminators don't come with the tray, but if it does, you can go ahead and fold that back in. And what I would do before unplugging it from the outlet, I would go back to that power button, just like we pressed it in the beginning to power on. We're going to press it to power off. I'm going to unplug it from the outlet. And before placing the laminator machine back in the box or on the shelf, wherever you store it, I would suggest letting it cool off for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Just because, it is pretty warm after getting used. You want to make sure that it's safe to put back into the storage space. And like I said, laminators are good to use in your personal life, on your job, in school. They just ensure that your documents, your forms have that extra life and durability against water damage, rips, tears, anything that you want to hold on to and make sure that it has a longer life to it. Are there any more questions? No? Well, I want to thank you guys for participating in this training session, and I hope that you have learned more about how to use the laminator machine. Thank you.